Is the microphone okay? It's fine. Yeah. So what we're gonna do is, I didn't open it to, and I forgot to open the thing. Give me a second. Yeah, whatever. Um. Okay. Yeah, so today we're playing Project Aether, however you want to say it. Some of you may know. Okay. You know, I say that in such a serious way, as if, there's like some of you, implying in plural in viewership, and even something not just, by definition, something that is greater than one must also be greater than zero. But yeah, so that's funny. But today we're going to be playing this, and what this is essentially is it's a ported version of Call of Duty Zombies, and it's made by a certain individual on itch.io. I can even link this in the description. Actually, I don't know if I can, because I don't know if my channel is verified, but I'm pretty sure it is. So yeah. Project Aether's name. You saw the name on when I was selecting the broadcast, when I was selecting the game capture. So yeah, and just gonna do some stuff, do some commentary. It's very basic stuff, but like, but I mean, it is nice. It runs pretty well, so it's quite all right. I'm lucky just gonna do Baruch, because why not? I like the game over theme. Actually, okay, the thing about the game over theme, which is basically the game over version of the one by Elena Siegman, Kevin Sherwood, it's like a slightly different version. The lead guitar is a little different. But the thing about, what's it called? Yeah, it has that. It's my favorite. It's my favorite game over theme. I don't know if the one itself is the best Zombies song. I do like. What's it called? Hold on, I'm gonna turn off Rick Doffin's voice, because I do like him. I know he says a lot of cool stuff. But I am also trying to talk. I don't remember. Oh, enable voice sounds okay. Great. It's cool. The one is very good. But the reason what makes Baruch the one game over version is because it feels like a zombie track. If you've ever watched 28 Days Later, or if you haven't watched it, you've heard the theme. It feels that it follows that same aesthetic of just utter devastation and despair when it comes to zombie apocalypse and similar things like that. But yeah, it's very good. Hopefully we don't have to hear it too quickly, but and again, I am playing alone, and this version I want to say is pretty challenging. I mean, the only other version of Zombies that I have played personally is and Zombies Resurrection, which is the Gmod version, and that one is great for it's for customizability. I'm pretty sure, I don't know, where it's nice. You can be whatever character you want, like as long as there's an existing player model of said character. You can be Hatsune Miku, you can be Aegis from Persona, you can be Mei Mei, totally Cat. You can be a number of individuals, and that's nice. As well as you can put whatever the hell you want in the box. Well, I mean, out of the end zombies, weapons, of course. You can just put on like Infinite Warfare weapons onto a World at War map. I'm actually about to die, dude. I should buy what is this? Car 98K. I really don't want to buy that. Hold on. Let's see. What is this? Yeah, I don't. Well, I mean, the car 98K is okay. Actually, for 200, I'd rather take that because it can still one-shot these guys. And if you don't have terrible aim, it's good. But yeah. And you know, you can do all that, but the gun variety in this game is pretty good. This port is still being developed currently, so so obviously they're most likely going to add more customization options over time when it comes to adding the boxes. But currently the boxes are just uniform. The h.io page for this has something like more than 200 guns. And the thing is, I'm pretty sure you can get all of them from the box. And the thing, and also when you have that many guns, you know, it can be like there's like a number of the randomizations that go on in there are bigger. So like at first it may cause a little lag in Gmod, but in this game it runs very smoothly. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing. Sorry. So that's very advantageous, and I respect that. Okay, you guys are better. Oh my god, reload. Yeah, so why don't you think why did you think I didn't want this gun? Because of this reasons. And you might be wondering, in 3,000 points, why are you sitting on this? You know, whatever. Yeah, so I just decided to stream this because, you know, it's a new game that I just decided to try out yesterday. It's fun. I saw Instagram reel about it. Yeah, of course. What is this? Okay, no. Another DB. And my friend sent it to me. But yeah, there's a lot going on these days. Got back from a 3-day trip, then went for another 2-day trip, and had an interview, and you know, if that went well, it's bittersweet, you know, it's good, for like an internship, because you know how it is. Okay, of course you do. And you know, it's just a matter of, you know, things changing, and it's like the annoying stuff as well. Like there's, you know, like I'm looking forward to getting experience. I'm looking forward to making money, you know. I mean like I do have a job. It's just that, you know, growing up is a very when you're like, or not so much growing up, because I'm saying growing up could be, you know, it's a very ambiguous. It can be from 10 to 12 years old. Like that's still grown up. Like you're, I mean, but just becoming adult, whatever. And I have a wonderful opportunity to make something out of myself. But the question is what I have the opportunity to make myself what I want to be? Let's just die there. Oh, okay, so we're just not gonna die. Okay, that's cool. Hello? Okay, this is going well. And I shouldn't walk into that room. Collateral is gonna save me right now. Because you gotta line them up correctly. Yeah, sorry, I just had to walk in there for a second. You know, okay, I'm gonna save like 1 or 2 of them. I'm gonna save that Martian guy because he's funny, and, because the important thing to do now is to make it all the way to the box, which is in a very precarious room. Sorry for saying it like that. Yeah, and then all we gotta do is walk in here. Oh wait, I don't have enough, I'm stupid. But if I do eliminate this individual right here, it's probably walking up the stairs. I already walked up the stairs. Oh, I don't have enough. Oops! Okay, so I should probably repair some barriers, and then do that. Because if I don't get a better gun, I'm going to get overwhelmed in about 10 seconds. So we're gonna do that. Yeah, and so basically it's like there's a lot of good and a lot of not good, like, because changing is hard, you know. Oh, right, yeah, of course, a sniper, that's helpful. So guys, I might be dead, but I'm saying it is what it is, you know. I mean, like, I can always buy a bar if I have to, so it's an adequate weapon. Uh-oh. You know, it's hard to play like this. Because, like, how do you not die, you know? Oh, I forgot to turn on the power. I'm screwed. Just need wasted all my grenades, really, is what it is. I think we're good. Hey, that's a gun. Okay, the LC-10 is also pretty nice. See, one-shot headshot, nice. I don't know. So there's so much changing, like, you know, and I just feel so lost as well. You know, I recently bought more professional camera because I decided, like, yeah, like, you know, it's gonna be worth it because I'm sure I can be good at it. And the thing is, I am getting very I'm rapidly improving because, you know, as they say, the best photo you take is the next one. And yeah, that's very true. I mean, but I mean, also it's been a very nice experience shooting mirrorless. Digital, obviously, you get the advantage of each exposure being free as opposed to shooting film. My friend, I actually bought a film camera last year, and then a few months later got a lens for it, and then bought batteries for it, and then the capacitor died. So that can be replaced, especially considering it's my job to do such things as an electrical engineer. But there's a guy behind me. That's annoying. Yeah, it's my job to do such things as an electrical engineer. Wow. Hello. You know, this is really hard on single player, I gotta say. Uh-oh. But yeah. But then on the trip, my friend actually gave me and another one of my friends cameras that he got last year at his job. You know, 2 film cameras, Nikkormat FT2 and a Nikon F501. Those are the names. One of them's newer. I mean, I took the newer one. You know, my friend isn't a photographer, but he thought the camera was cool, so yeah. And the thing is, I'm really glad he did. The thing now, I don't super expect him. Oh, and and also one there was a number of nice lenses that came with them. You know, they use the same Nikon F mount. But I'm super glad he did do that because when it comes to the interests that we have in our group, there are those. Uh-oh, this is bad. There are those like myself. What is this? Oh, stamina up. That's a very good perk. We're gonna have to buy. I should have picked up that max ammo. There are those like myself who are more interested in the creation of the media, and then there are those We're more interested in the consumption. Now, I would like to make the argument that both those are equally important because nobody's, if nobody's appreciating your media, you're not. Why are you making it? I mean, I think it's above the consumption of things because on many levels, I take photos, I write music for myself, because it's cool to do it. And it's fun, and, I get to act all, like, high and mighty about it, because I'm like, oh, well, actually, I'm a producer. Oh, well, actually, I'm a photographer, blah, blah, blah. But there's also more to it in the fact that, like, yeah, like, it's nice if it's appreciated by others, too. And, where was the jug? Oh, it's downstairs. I should go over there. Wow, we got runners now. Okay, amazing. Jug is downstairs. Let's get it. And yeah, I mean, obviously in many ways, well, I mean, it depends. It depends, because the production of media is a little more challenging, generally speaking, than the consumption. Unless, you're the genius author of something, and it just flows from your mind and from your heart, where it's like, yeah, like, I just know what I'm doing, and it's all relaxed, and it just works out. But then it's beautiful and poetic, but it is hard to understand at the same time. That's when I feel like if you're super good at something and it's like super easy and it's fun for you, and it's like, yeah, like of course that sort of creation would in fact, oh nice, be easier than consumption. What is that? I'll take it. Got a ray gun though, that's fun. Yeah, that would... Yeah, because that's going to be easy to take these guys out. I mean, unless I just die, I guess. Oh, cool. I see how it is. Yeah. I guess from that perspective, but also from the perspective, I'm saying you read a book like something, I'm always fascinated, like, reading, like, let's just call it great literature, like Nobel Prize winners, whatever. And it's like, the world building aspect for me, like, the excessive detailing, like this and that, it's like, it just feels like a narrative. It feels like, not it like in the sense that like memoirs, like imagine you were writing a story about your life, except you remembered everything that there was, what the color of the table was, like when you were renewing your passport on your 5th birthday, it's like, it's just I know that's a very specific thing, and it's... Hold on, I should be trying to use this pulse rifle as well. Oh, shit. Wow, what the fuck? Dude, this thing is bad. What is that? Bonus points? What even is this thing? This thing is trash. Okay. Yeah, so, like, you get the idea. It's, I mean, like, it's always so impressive to me, like, reading, like, The Silent Cry by, Desert Eagle, of course. Come on! Are you kidding me? It's a joke? Oh, finally. Honey badger. Hell yeah. Uh-oh. I'm in trouble. Pause. Yeah, see, getting cornered in this game is not something you want to do. It doesn't go well at all for anybody. Yeah, but, and you know, that kind of media creation and stuff. And it's like, yeah, but the thing is, if I dedicate myself to all this other stuff, you know, how am I supposed to learn how to draw, which is something that I do want to do. And I know maybe I'm immersing myself too much in art. You know, I want to be an author, I want to be a composer, I want to be a photographer, I want to be like a visual artist. You know, it's like, yeah, we're not fucking cornering ourselves. Okay. And he's like, well, like, what are we doing? Like, I'm actually gonna go downstairs. Uh-oh. Okay, that was a mistake. Listen to this. Hey, look at that. I had exactly half headshots and half kills. I mean, like, that's the disadvantage of using a ray gun. You don't get a whole lot of headshots. Because, like, usually most of my kills are headshots. We're gonna play Shi no Numa next. Hold on, see if I have any messages. I don't. Yeah, okay. You know, they manage to adjust the order to the game pretty quickly. They don't give you, like, a countdown or anything, but... Alright guys, where are you? I'm gonna let them take off all the barriers, because then I can just eliminate them and then rebuild the barriers and then I get more points. See, the 1911 is a perfect starter weapon in this game because it sucks. It's one of the best handguns ever made. Now, what's annoying is there's no like repair barrier animation. It does whatever it wants. Just like teleports on. But it is what it is. Arisaka, not a bad gun. You know, I'm trying to get the M14 jungle with TBH. Yeah. Yeah, and then you have school starting in about a month, and it's like, what are we doing, dude? Oh, I don't care. I just want to play video games. Yeah, you know, I feel like, as a 20-year-old, missing out on a number of things in my life. And I do a lot of, I think, very worthwhile stuff. And, you know, I'm a good student and whatever, and, well, that's, like, the last worthwhile thing. No. Kidding, of course. Kidding, of course. Of course, I don't mean that. But, there's a number of things that are difficult. Okay, there's a number of things that are difficult, not because they're challenging. Okay, yeah, we're gonna go there and spin the box. You can follow me as much as you want. Oh, nice, MP5, this is a good gun. Okay, if I'm gonna hit my shots, if I would've... Okay, so it's a one-shot headshot, but I just can't hit my shots. Nice. What round is this? 2. It's the last guy. Yeah, but you know, it's all a matter of things. Obviously, I had a busy week. You know, I had work on Wednesday last week, then I left, and then I came back, and then I left like a few hours later. Well, you know, left the state, came back, had an interview, whatever. But the thing is, and then, you know, today I have work again. And, you know, I almost had work yesterday, but it was canceled due to inclement weather. But it's just all these things in the sense that obviously doing things is good. Like, even if it's something that anybody else can do, or if it's something that only you can do, it's still good to do things. But I think what's important to realize, and a lot of people still don't, is that when you're doing things, you know, you do something, right? You complete a task, but you know that there's like other things on the horizon, and then you think like, okay, but I'm gonna make it to the end of the week. You know, I'm gonna make it to the end of this work week. I'm gonna make it to the end of the shift. I'm gonna make it to the end of this, this trip, and then I can, you know, stop being busy. Or, you know, I'm gonna make it to the end of this car ride. You know, and then, you know, I can take a break. But the thing is, you take a break, you know, you're just putting things off because once you come back, more things are being added on. Because you're like, oh my god, I just want to go home, right? And then you go home, and then but then you have to leave again. And then the further you look, you see all these things piling on that'll never end. So it's like, so the reality is, as a human, and this is just the general human experience, unless your parents have about $1 trillion and you don't have to do anything. The fact of the matter is, and not to mention, not only if your parents have like $1 trillion, but also if you don't have any interests of your own, or like anything that like you're actually, or like even if you do feign interest in things and you want to be cool, but like you don't care enough to like put like thought into the way you enjoy something, you know. Because, like, okay, I'm about to go off on a tangent. If you care about something, if you have an interest and you want, but you want to express your involvement in that interest and what it means to you. The dog round is not really coming up yet, I don't think, but unless it is. Whatever that is. Yeah, this definitely didn't exist in World at War. But yeah. But the thing is, it's not about being an expert in that interest. You can be a beginner. You know, you can be a relatively unskilled composer, an unskilled producer, unskilled artist, unskilled photographer. But is this a shotgun? No, it's not that. But if you can describe, and it doesn't have to use like the correct official terms for everything. It doesn't have to be critically acclaimed and like by the well-defined standards of, you know, of the things that are self-evident and, you know, whatever. It's the thing is, if you just simply have the desire to put things into words and you have some kind of and you have some kind of image of it that makes sense to you. It's a burst, okay. And then that automatically makes you involved in it. Like, that automatically means that you care about it, you know? Like, it's not just, like... and if things start to fall together, and it's not just a routine, you know, but, like, it's more so just, you know, you want to talk about it, and, like, you want to, like, describe how you see it. And, like, in some ways, you can explain it adequately, and it's going to be correct, and it's going to be, like, people will get the gist, and maybe they'll even like the way that you describe things, and the way you see your involvement in whatever it is that you enjoy. I think that automatically makes you better at whatever it is you're trying to do. It's very important to want to actually talk about them. Like, it's not just like, oh, you know, I don't have any hobbies, so let me buy this expensive camera. Let me buy, let me buy, like, this guitar. Because then you get things like Black Strat Theory, you know, which, if you don't know what that is, it basically means, you know, there's, like, these videos of people online, like, you know, like, they'll say, you know, like, they're posing as guitar players. Oh, right, yeah, Chaytek intervention. Yeah, but they're not very good, and they have like the cheapest like Squire like kit guitar, and which just most of the time happens to be black, right? And the thing is, I don't really think you should make fun of those people. I mean, to try and show something off about like your skill if you don't know what you're doing is totally pointless. But if you're actually learning, and if you actually want to know things and not just play like be able to play like a top 40 song to like, I don't know, impress like somebody like on the internet or somebody like in person. I don't know what I'm doing, sorry. You know, this map is not as good as Barrage for being able to avoid people. Oh, is that the Mosin? Oh, I actually kind of like that. Yeah. But so that's why it's called the black strat theory, because it's a bunch of unskilled guitarists with cheap guitars. And don't get me wrong, I have a black strat. Now, but the difference and what makes me super cool is because the black strat that I have is like the Gilmore one, and it's a Fender. It's, you know, it has like the black pickguard and everything. And the truth is as well, like, I'm not the worst guitarist on the planet. Am I great? No. Can I learn how to play songs? Not very well. But my skill otherwise is adequate. Like, I know how to solo. I know how to, you know, do stuff. You know, my fingers move in the right way, let's just say. And yeah, and that's also because I have the maple fingerboard and, you know, maple neck, and it's just so much better than the... Oh, that would be good. Yeah, so that's a different thing, but that's more, but, you know, just because I bought a more expensive guitar doesn't make my involvement in the hobby better. Like, just because, like, if I was, like, buying, like, if I was getting into photography and I have money that I was like, eh, you know what, I'm just gonna buy, like, a Sony A7 IV, right? Like, if that was the case, like, that wouldn't make me good. And, like, even if I started getting good photos, I would just be compensating for things with my gear, because, I mean, because I wouldn't have that much intention in what I was doing. Because you can take an artistic photo on your phone, it doesn't matter. But, or on a $5 camera that you got at a thrift store, which I did, the Fujifilm FinePix XP 10. It's a very nice camera for $5. It has a very nostalgic feeling to it. I'm about to die. These guys are everywhere. I can see them everywhere, all around me, waiting for me. Okay, but it's like, yeah, like, and like, if you buy a camera that good, you're gonna be able to take a good-looking photo very easily, because the camera is a good camera, okay? But it's like, if you have no interest in, like, doing anything other than, like, taking photos of you and your buddies for Instagram, which is something that I did a few days ago, okay? But, like, but if it's, like, unintentional, you know, what is this? Is this a grenade launcher? Oh, that's a shotgun, okay, cool. If it's, you know, like, if it's something unintentional, and you can't, like, talk about the process, and your involvement in photography is like if somebody asks you about, like, how you do photography, it's, you just say, like, oh, you know, like, I have a camera. It's like that's wrong, you know. Or if you say, like, how do you do music? Oh, like I play guitar. Like, I'm saying, like, even that's just too shallow, like, because, like, you're not taking it any further than it is, and maybe you can't take it further than it is. Maybe it's not your thing. But yeah, it's just, and I'm not, like, trying to hate it. Wow, that's a really long, like, that's a really long reload for some reason. Okay, I'm not in a good situation right now. Ooh. But the good thing about it is these kinds of reloads, you can just keep shooting. Yeah, this kind of gun definitely warrants having speed cola, of course, but the power's nowhere near on it. There's like a 30-hour reload speed. It's insane. Yeah, get the hell out of my face, dude. I need to start. Hopefully I get Michael. Not Michael. Hopefully I get Teddy out of this box. What the hell? What is this? Well, okay, okay. So if anybody knows what uplink is, please let me know. This thing is massive. Okay. Yeah, I'm probably gonna start heading. Well, no, as soon as I get the bear. Wow. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Okay. Okay, this is how we're doing things nowadays, okay. Okay, I'm screwed. Okay, it's bleak. Okay, I'm dead. That's the problem with playing single player, is just you just get like in these kinds of situations because you don't have anybody to detract the zombies away from you. And it's pretty challenging. Yeah. But then also the rounds switch very quickly indeed. And you also low-key run out of ammo, but... Oh, FAMAS, hello. Okay. Oh, fun fact, did you know that the carry handle for FAMAS for some generations is made out of fiberglass? That's pretty funny if you think about it. I'm probably gonna buy this door so I can use this trap if I want to. Besides, I think the next box is gonna be over there. This looks so different from the Gmod one, it's crazy. Yeah, but you know, the FAMAS 2-round burst? Oh yeah, that's what it says, right? Oh, no, it's 3. It's a little laggy around here, but it is what it is. The guy probably caught up to me. Am I actually gonna let this guy kill me? No, I'm not. Because you know what we can do in this kind of situation? We can surround this thing. Funny. Oh yeah, it works. And then it relieves all your problems. Oh, FG42? I mean, this thing's kind of trash, but it's funny. No, you don't want to step in that because then the game just ends, but... Nah, we don't want to corner ourselves. Uh-oh. Wow, that was a very fast demonetization right there. Yeah, but... Dude, what is going on? Okay. There's, yeah, so I was talking about all that stuff. Yeah. So I think obviously just caring about something deeply enough to describe it is not going to make you a legend in the field. You know, if you're like, if you're in love with art and you know all the right words and you put your own spin on the way you talk about these things and the way that they make you feel, it's fantastic. But that doesn't mean you're going to be a good artist. It doesn't, unfortunately. So, and that doesn't mean you're going to be remembered just for doing that. And like, and it's not even about you remember, but I'm saying even for just a period. You know, like if you're doing. Like you're not gonna get any recognition if you're drawing just nonsense. If you're writing nonsense, right? If you're writing books. Now, granted, anybody who does care about art and have a personal stake in it will not be doing that. Which is true, but If you were, hypothetically, then it would be weird. And totally pointless. Okay. Thank you. What else is there to talk about? I don't know. Yeah, and the thing is, like, a lot of, like, interests, if you want to really dive into them, I mean, if you want to be artistic, then you just don't, you don't spend any money on it at all, and you just work with what you already have. Which is what a lot of music looks like for me. I don't have an expensive setup. I run it on an old computer that I have. It's the only computer that I have with an 8-core CPU, an octa-core, outside of my one laptop that I just don't want to destroy with by just like overloading it with stuff. I know I'm being like a little bitch about it, but I do want to like resell it later because I don't use it for anything. And yeah, that's like a really fancy gaming laptop, but I still run it on. But I still play video games on an Optiplex, even though I could probably make a much better setup using that laptop. Yeah, I should probably just get rid of this thing. I mean, it's funny, like, you know, like, what are you gonna do? Should have bought that. I'll just sit in here for the time being. The thing is, this map gets pretty challenging pretty quickly. We're obviously gonna go over there first to get the box and link that teleporter over there. Yeah. And turn the power on. That's the most important thing. That's the first course of action. I mean, this gun is better than the Car 98 for these first rounds, but yeah. Yeah, we're not really getting a whole lot of points these days. Dude, like, you can barely open doors. This is annoying. I mean, the G43 is going to be adequate for the time. Yeah, it is. And, you know, I got work later today. In about 2 hours, I'm going to leave home. Head out there for a couple of hours and come back. And that's going to be fun. Yeah, it is. You know, because I'm saying my work now. It's so pleasant, you know. I mean, like, outside of the fact that it's a pretty long drive, but, you know, I get a decent number of hours, but then I go there, and, like, what can I do? I just gotta sit in the classroom, like, watch over some classes. But, you know, maybe learn something new. But if I want, I can just play Persona 3. Fez, not Reload, the whole time. Or I can watch YouTube, or, like, a week ago, I was watching England versus Argentina. Of course, I supported England. I mean, I support England anyways, but that's who I supported in the last World Cup. Now, disadvantageously, Thomas Tuchel, he didn't call up Harry Maguire, who happens to be my favorite football player, to the squad. So it is a good thing that they, in fact, did not win without him, because that would have been devastating for him and for myself. Neither did he call up Cole Palmer, who is my friend's favorite player. Neither did he call Trent Alexander-Arnold, who is, in fact, just good. He's not any of our favorite players. He's not any of ours favorite player, but he's certainly an adequate individual. Yeah. So, do we feel that that was a mistake on his part, on Tuchel's part? Indeed, it was. But nowadays we have access to the box, and we're going to open this door, or not this door, but just open some doors over there, end this thing. But yeah, you guys can feel free to start climbing out of here if you want. I'm sure Rise of the Gewehr is still one-shot headshot, which is really nice. I do like this gun. we're gonna start linking the teleporter soon because we want Pack-a-Punch. But the thing is, by the time it happens, you do need it because otherwise you just die. Dude, honestly, I'm kind of inclined to keep using the Aether because this thing is good. Because you know me, because like I love semi-auto. I'm not that much of a full auto guy because semi-auto you don't have to waste ammo and it just feels cooler just to be more deliberate in how you shoot. Because you have to remember why fully automatic weapons were invented. It's not for mass murdering people. I'm sorry for mass demonetizing people. On a battlefield. Like, unfortunately, they can be used for that, and unfortunately, they were very often used for that. But at the end of the day, to have a gun that shoots many rounds very quickly is expensive. But the reason for it is if you want to keep your enemy at bay. If you're setting off a flurry of these fast flying metal things that like you're firing off hundreds of them like a second, and each one of those is capable of ending a life. Now, you're probably not going to want to come out of there, if you're the enemy, and that's like the point of suppressive fire, like you keep them away. Wow, that's pretty good. Certainly not a Derice weapon. Okay, that's a pretty strange sound. No, not loud enough for my liking, but speaking of which, what a nice sounding gun is. The SVT-40. Shoots a 7.62 by 54. R stands for rimmed. Has a very nice barking sound. It's I honestly, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't remember if it's like a variation or like a specialized version of the SKS. It's a very expensive gun because it wasn't made in large quantities. If you wanted to buy it as an enthusiast, very cool weapon. Very cool. Especially considering it shoots a massive caliber. Now, the point of such a massive caliber is if your enthusiast is solely for being an enthusiast, because it's funny. I mean, like, you're not actually trying to be like a sniper or anything. At least I hope not. Now the question is, do I own any weapons? The answer is no, I don't. I have BB guns. I don't have any real guns. I actually one time I got in trouble. Because like somebody was like, oh, he has a BB gun. Like it was just I wasn't doing anything wrong. I wasn't pointing it at anybody. I was in my own backyard. But, it happens. Okay. I reckon we should start linking the teleporters. Your fun called your feeders.
You have 45 seconds to link this main trail.
Indeed I do. Hopefully my guns last me that time that it takes to do Pack-a-Punch, because it is 3 of them.
Teleporter 1 active.
Yeah, so that's one. I wonder which one we're gonna do next. Probably the one in the one over there. I think those shoot pretty fast. I'm just gonna sit on these things for the time being. And if we want to teleport, we always can, so that's advantageous. But I'm saying I can't say, oh, okay, so the levels transfer over the matches. I didn't even know that, to be honest. The thing is, like, I do want to write music, and I am making another song with vocals for the next upcoming album, which I think is basically almost done, but I haven't done a lot of work on it in the past week at all. It's like, like it features a lot of very progressive elements, but the thing is that makes it harder to put vocals on it, because what kind of vocal line am I gonna have, right? Like a very complicated one. Okay, so we're gonna head over to the second teleporter and try to not die, so. This one is risky. I mean, they're all risky except for the one over there because there's a very convenient shooting spot. Okay, what is this? Deadshot daiquiri, whatever.
You have 25 seconds to leave this main trail.
We don't care. This one is easy because it's close, though.
Teleporter 2 active.
Why am I not? Oh, I forgot. I can't get down. Uh-oh. We need speed going. But pack-a-punching is such a risky and annoying thing in this map. It's like, pack-a-punch is basically just death, so there's that. Is that max ammo? Oh, free perk, nice. Oh, come on, really? Dead. Bro. Serious. I do like this gun. Hold on, I wonder if they give errors still. Okay, this is probably the last guy, so I'm not gonna kill him yet. That would be stupid.
You have 25 seconds to link with the mainframe.
20.
20.
Yeah, you're right. Look at that.
Teleporter 3 active.
Look at that. Nice.
All teleporters are now active.
That is kind of an eyesore to look at, to be honest, but that doesn't look like shit, but it is what it is. It does have more than 1,000 rounds, which is a very, very large number. Indeed. So, but we need to start thinking about our next pack-a-punch weapon. I do want to see firsthand if the Gewehr is still one-shot headshot. It probably isn't, considering it is a starter area weapon. Yeah, but yeah, okay. So, anyways, as I was saying, I'm getting a little behind on my music, especially if I increase my intensity with. Although I don't know, I feel like I do write music better the less free time I have. It's still one-shot headshot. This thing is insane. I mean, like with volume, it's not gonna get good, but. Oh, hello. Yeah, this is not good. But it would be a fun weapon. Oh, fire still. What is that? M19. What are we doing? Come on! Okay, whatever. I think we're good for now. I don't know if the Reese has the infinite like thing that the other ones do, but I mean we can check. But it'd be a very risky thing to do indeed. Oh, okay. No, because I know the Gmod Reese, you can pack a punch like a million times. That was not a very good aiming, but it is what it is. I'm just gonna come in here to pack, not to pack, to drink. A jug real quick. I didn't know that it flashbanged me, but it is what it is. Double tap. Well, you know, you say it's 10 cents, so why is it this much? I mean, like, I mean, I'll buy it, because, like, why the hell not? It's funny. This thing is, for the pea shooter sound that it possesses, it is very strong. I mean, the thing is, I would leave these guys alive. But they're all like runners, although I'm pretty sure I killed like the one non-runner, so that's annoying, but... I still don't have speed cool up, by the way. LOL. Oh, CD75, that's a nice weapon. There's, Yeah, we might be able to reload quickly. Yeah, we're gonna have a field day with these guys next round, so, I don't actually know what to do. I think I'll just hang out here for now. We don't have any doors to put our back against. They're in an open area, so I don't really know. But speed cola is going to be useful indeed, because that means we can shoot as much as we want. Oh, nice. Oh. Please don't do that. Yeah, but these guys are all getting fertilized. See, that was fast. Oh, it's not the akimbo? I mean, I would have assumed it would be the akimbo, but okay. I see. Dude, why do I have Deadshot Daiquiri? I don't want that. I want to have a different perk slot. What? I'm not concerned. I don't know what kind of a question that is, but I don't really care. This thing is very strong. It has a 2-second reload, which is very beneficial. Or actually, not even 2 seconds, like half a second, like watch. That's it. although, like, the only problem is you can't, like, suppressive fire people. So it is, well, you can, I guess, because it does shoot pretty fast. My friend wants to buy a CD. I think that's the last guy. And he's not very fast, so I'm gonna go spin the box. See if there's anything worthwhile to be acquired. I don't know if there's a song in this map that I can play, I'm not sure. Who's this? You're wondering why I just threw out a packed bunch of weapon that was good. I don't actually know. I don't know. Don't ask me. Uh-oh, hello. I do actually want to keep you alive from now, because I want to keep you in the box. I don't want to walk away with another packed bunch of weapon after this round. And it's going to have to be the UMP-45. Because, actually, I don't think I should have gotten rid of the, CZ, but it is what it is. Hold on, I have to answer your text message. Okay. Okay, what are we doing? Just think, what are we doing? 64 round mag and an SMG is fun. But the fun thing about okay, so the fun thing about HK weapons, HK weapons is that they're all G3s at the end of the day, because it's like HK gun looks inside G3, and the reason for this is actually a reference to the fact that the G3 is amazing. Wait, it's a burst. Oh no, it's not. Just felt like one. But I mean, also the fun. Okay, well, I mean, also the fun fact that I was going for was that it's funny about HK SMGs is that they're enormous. I'm saying they're the size. They are like the size of like full-size rifles. Like the MP5 is huge, and the MP5 is huge, and the UMP45 is huge. So, yeah. But okay. Okay. So for the time being, it's just about surviving at this point because our guns are good. And not running out of ammo. Though I'm sure we can level up faster than that. Oh, I have 15,257 of that. We're not gonna name it out loud on the stream for very, very obvious reasons. Although I probably shouldn't draw attention to it anyways. Okay, those guys just attacked me to no end. Hello? Better fertilize all you guys. Uh-oh. Okay. That was fast. Das... What's it called? Schnell. That's funny. You know, why aren't there any dog rounds in this game? What? That's very strange. You know what the best camping spot in this game is if you have a lot of ammo? Just at the top of those stairs, but I actually can't go there right now. Please reload faster. Yeah, we're gonna go there. Okay. Kaboom. Fun. The problem with the nuke is you do lose a lot of points, but it is probably the most useful drop out of any of them. Yeah, so the top of these stairs is basically just easy money, so. Because, like, they can't get you from any other angle other than this one. They're forced to come up the stairs. Watch. And look, especially if you have, like, infinite ammo and a strong gun. What else to make sure you can drop? It would be nice to have, I'm actually gonna die. Give me that. I'm not gonna sit up here the whole time. That'd be annoying. It's STG. Okay, I got 22,000 points. I'm alive. Okay. We're I just, you know, I just need to pack Michael, honestly. I want to move the box. It's not in a good position anymore. Okay, so we're just not going to die. What do we get? I'll take it. I just want to pack a bunch, though. I don't know what they were thinking when they tried to do that, but it is what it is. There's still too many of them, I can't really do anything. I'm out. Hey, I do. It's the last guy. Yeah, you know. Let's pack a punch. Do not put your hand inside the pack a punch machine. It's not good. This thing doesn't have a lot of ammo for a pack a punch weapon. Are you serious? We're gonna run out in about 30 seconds with this. That's annoying. Yeah, I know I'm not doing a lot of talking. Things are going a little heavier, but it is what it is. This is a bizarre courtship ritual. Okay, Kavera's definitely not taking that. Goodbye. What the hell is this thing? This thing has shit. I'm dead. I'm dead. Shmuel! Okay, I can't, whatever. Look at that, mostly headshots. That'd be good. Okay, well, you know what? I think that's good. I think that's good for now. When it comes to game... Yeah, you know exactly what got me. Wait, when it says loadouts. Yeah. Does that mean we can buy these? That's like what? Like, what does this mean? Hold on, I have to Google this because I don't actually know. I don't play COD Zombies. I've never played the real zombies. What do loadouts mean in COD Zombies? Oh. Well then I don't want that. I kind of like starting with a 1911, you know? It's fun. Cuz it's trash. I mean, the thing is, like, it's funny though, like, honestly, it might just be worth getting. Just know you should be getting something. The Commando's a nice gun. You know, just getting something just to, you know, fun. Or getting, like, a different, like, or just easy. Yeah, like getting like a gun to start the thing, yeah. DP-28. Oh, okay. LSAT, I don't like that gun. But no, it's like, I don't know. Okay, RPK is probably the only one worth buying. Because it's sick. I mean, yeah, let's just try to get that, right? Let's try to get that, and then start, like, Nocturne and Toten on, like, round 3 or 4. Oh, shit. It's funny, you know, start with 500 rounds, 2,000 points. I mean, if you're just screwing around like I am, it's totally adequate to do it. Obviously, like, so I don't really care, but I'm just trying out a game feature. Doesn't mean I'll stick to it, because you know me. I do like the total shittiness of the 1911, even the fact that it's just bizarrely weak compared to other guns. You guys be a little faster. Because at the end of the day, it's shit. You know, I'm just trying to shoot some zombies and make some commentary. Now, I actually don't know what to comment on right now. I've made a lot of comments on a wide variety of topics. But yeah, I want to learn how to draw. And the thing is, like that's the thing. So, like, what I was trying to say, like, is, like, having, like, a real job. Like, on one hand, you know, I'm scared it's going to hinder my creativity, or my creative ability in the sense that, like, I'm going to have a set schedule, you know, I'm not going to be able to be like, you know, I don't want to go to work, blah, blah. But on the other hand, you know, it's going to put some constraints on me. I'm going to have more money to spend on the work, obviously. Which is good. I thought that was the last one. That's why I was being dramatic. And also, like, I've noticed that, yeah, like, I do tend to write music better when I have less free time. Because, like, there's, like, nowadays I'm free, and it's like, okay, like, what am I doing? And, like, what am I doing? I'm playing COD Zombies. And then I'm gonna go to work in an hour. And then I'm not gonna have written any music whatsoever. Now, on the other hand, it's my excuse, you know, oh, YouTube doesn't treat me well. You know, they don't recommend my videos. And they don't. And I do really detest that. And I resent that. And it's like, just why, you know? Because there's, you know, like, there's a lot of stupid stuff out there that gets recommended. And I put a lot of work into my stuff, and I do think that it is good. You know, like, I listened to a piece like Warmth and Auspice from the last album that I released, Mostly Heaven. And it's like, is it my favorite track on the album? It's like, no, it's like not even my favorite track on the album. You know, I love Ice Age, and like, I love Doors of My Mind. I'm saying I love every track on the album. But I'm saying even Warmth and Auspice not even being my favorite one, it's genius. You know, it's like I listen to, like, not to toot my own horn, but like I listen to it and I'm like, wow, the guy that made this is really smart. And it's me, and that's cool, you know. To have created something that's good. It's just, I mean, like, it's just nice to have done that. I feel like it's fun. So, like, yeah, I mean, like, I do resent the fact that it's like, oh, you know, and it's like, you Google, like, oh, well, and it's like, oh, dude, why am I being shadow banned by YouTube? Why are my videos not getting recommended? And then there's gonna be, like, some dude on some forum that's like, oh, well, you know, you just gotta, yeah, well, you know, maybe, like, you just need to try making high effort content and stuff. Or, you know, whatever. Like, what the hell are you talking about? Are you calling my content low effort? And, like, I know he's just, like, referring to in general, but it's, like, it's stupid to say, like, make high effort content. Because what do you mean by high effort content? You know? Because I know the fact that I put a lot of effort into myself, and it does tend to be good. I mean, obviously, the production is not the most professional. It's not. But you got to keep in mind that I'm running it on an old computer. And that's really pretty much the only instrument I use, unless I do a live recording of a guitar or my voice. But that's still all recorded on the same computer. You know? It's still because I just have, like, $20 microphone just, like, hooked up to it. Yeah, like, okay, like, fine, like, my guitars aren't free. Okay, but I'm saying I do, but I'm saying I also rarely use them in tracks. I mostly tend to use sampled guitar. What I mean by that is not that, like, it's written by somebody else. Like, you know, it's like a library, like, where, like, you just have all the, where, like, you know, like, they played all the notes and all the expressions, and then I just like organize. I'm sorry, you know, they recorded each individual possible note and way that it could be in, like, harmonic, you know, blah blah, etc. And then I write, and then I play the notes that I write on the keyboard, and then, like, it plays them like that, you know. And, like, the same thing goes for piano. Like, the majority of the piano you would hear is actually sampled. and not like a studio recording. Okay, what? You see, like, this is why I started with an RPK and I didn't even open a single door. It's stupid. Okay. It is what it is. And like, I don't want to do. I mean, I could do buried. It's just one that I haven't done. I mean, like, we could do octagonal essential, and that would be funny. But it's like. 2,000? Jesus. Are you serious? This is nothing like the regular Ascension, where you just have to ascend from darkness and not like vertical. And it doesn't look like a Roblox zombie. Dude, can you imagine doing this with a 1911? I mean, you could just, I mean, like, you could probably knife them this early, just watch. Okay, I guess not. Okay, but, what is this? Oh yeah, I forget you would have to keep using the 1911. It's, oh, and it's round 2, so that's why they're not 1911. Yeah, I mean, so what was I talking about before? Yeah. But the thing is, like, it's just not fair to say, like, high effort content, because that's a very abstract thing. Like, I'm not gonna, like put a bunch of, like, visual effects in my videos. It's just music. Like, it's not like I'm, like, narrating anything. And I understand perhaps YouTube's not the best platform for this, but how am I, but how am I supposed to promote my music otherwise, given the fact that I don't come from anybody, from a well-connected family, with, you know, with friends in high places and a whole lot of money. You know, like, so it doesn't mean I'm just screwed. I'm saying like YouTube at least has a semblance of some kind of algorithm that can, like, recommend that stuff. I went down really quickly. Holy shit. But it's like, what are we doing otherwise? You know, it's like, and yeah, so it's like, oh, you know, you should make high effort content. How about you make high effort content, okay? How about you make me a high effort reply instead of just saying this, instead of saying, parroting the same nonsense over and over again. And the thing is, yeah, I don't really care that much about recognition and stuff, cause like, I put my music just so it's out there, you know, so that it can be there. That's actually pretty useful, but. So that it's like a documentation, so it's like saved somewhere, and it's like if somebody wants to listen to it, great. And I'm very happy to, and I'm very happy that they like it, you know. And obviously there was a number of compliments I received and stuff, and it's like, it's nice to see that, you know, and people like my stuff, and it's like, cool, amazing. Why are these guys not dying? It's insecure. Okay. The rounds progress instantly, that's funny as well. So. You know, at least you have some running room here. And then we can also just siphon these guys. Yeah, like, okay. And I know, like, you know, like, yeah, so, like, YouTube is a platform mainly for videos, you know, where people make stuff. But, you know, like, the current YouTube is so different from things. And it's like, so it's like, and, you know, like, that's why I started adding visualizers to my music, you know, because I don't like just, like having like a side-scrolling FLP video, especially if it's like some like 30-second piece of shit track. Okay, like a lot of people do. Okay, I just don't think that's an honorable form of uploading music. And you know, I've tried it before. You know, get recognition, but I just don't like doing that. It's just like that feels low effort to me. Like that feels like low effort content to me because you're just like recording your screen. Okay, and like you don't care about anything else. The video and like the pretty little lines on the screen are the most important part of the thing. Cause it's like, oh, look at that, it's so like complicated, there's stuff going on. Every track looks like that. It's actually more so than that, you know. So it's like, what are we doing? That's nice. That's very helpful. And it's like, just stop. Like, why? Like, why are we doing this? It's totally useless. Like about this commentary on like, oh, make high effort content. I do. You know, yeah, but I mean, like it's not super important, and it's not like I'm counting on being able to do music as a job. And besides, but it's just like the fact that there isn't even a chance of me doing that, and then I have to be an electrical engineer. It's like, what the hell's going on? You know. Okay, well, like, no, I mean, like, I want to be an electrical engineer, just, I just want to be, like, a very Renaissance man type of person, and if you suppress my, my abilities and, you know, my desires, or my dreams to, you know, have some kind of recognition, because everybody's like, oh, this guy writes music like Minecraft, oh, shit, and it's like, yeah, I do, thanks, but, not on purpose, if you hear any similarities. God, there is really a lot of them, and I'm gonna run out of ammo very soon. Okay, I'm fucked. I'm dead. LOL! Okay, whatever. Yeah, so that's fun. Because I just hate that, like, virtuals, like, lying shit about, like, oh, you gotta make high effort content. You gotta make some high effort doo-doo in the toilet, okay? So, what's up? It's like, what are we doing? Sounds like, what are we doing? It's annoying, because the more spawn areas there are, the more of them come out. And it's like, it seems easy because you've got a lot of places to run, but it's hard because they're all running. And they spawn instantly, very quickly. I'm out. Because I just want to progress. I want to progress. What is this gun? We're gonna buy that before we move on. There we go too. It's fine. And I can buy ammo for it too. It's not bad. We need a mag gun. Who cares? We can just sit here forever. Not really, but. Hi. Hi? What are you guys doing here? Nice try. There's a fire seal over there. I don't know what that's gonna do. It's not like there's any boxes around here. I'm dead. I'm dead? Why do you keep playing this? Oh! Okay, that's it. I'm done. Okay, whatever. I mean, it's not like I have to enter my music anyway, so who really cares? I gotta play Rock of Ages on stream sometime. Love that game. Yeah. I mean, it's like I feel just so much more distant from the fact that, like, you know, I'm like this whole like involved artistic person, and it's like, what can I do? Nothing. I'm actually gonna die in like round 1 right now. I had to. Come on, it's too early for a max ammo. It's a great day for a valet. Okay. I'm heading out. See you guys. Alright, feel free to chase me as much as you want. Boom, 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 I mean, I feel like this would have been okay with 2 people. It's just that the 1-person octagonal ascension is hilarious. It's a great day for a family. I don't care where it's far away. And it's annoying, there's no round change time. It just changes. Because it wants to. So they just keep spawning. Keep on spawning. Ba-boom. Fair 83. I'm just gonna hang out in this middle area. Going over there is dangerous. You gotta slide the bolt and everything. It's like, why are we doing this? Hello? I wonder if I can run circles. Hello, how are you still alive? Hi, 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 hi. Can you imagine using the Pharaoh only? That would be ridiculous. This thing doesn't have enough ammo for that. Okay, I'm out. Can't even buy Dragon Piece. These guys just keep running. And you can't get them to run off the edge either. Why? Where's this gun? I should buy that. Oh, double tap. That's not useless. Oh my god, hello. Yeah, we're not gonna go down there because that's death. Certain death. Oh, okay, knock me off. Fine. Yeah, I think we're gonna call it there. I don't really want to do this anymore, to be honest. Though I would be interested in finding out more about this map. It's weird. Okay, what is it called? Black Ops 3 Zombies. Difficult maze-like custom map. Let's take a look at that. Yeah. Okay. It's funny because... Okay, never mind. Let's take a look at what was sent. Those are very nice. I mean, there. No, just my friend sent me the new Man United kid. That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. That's actually very true. So reading about this, it's the fact that, like, yeah, obviously all the historically great art, as we know, in the times when you had to make your own paint and you had to do all that, and obviously you can still do that now if you choose. But then some people are gonna call you art. Obviously, if you're like an iconographer, or if you're still painting those kind of Renaissance paintings with a religious theme, like you're employed by Catholic institutions and things like that, and you're like, creating great art in the original way. I feel like that makes you a very wonderful artist. But the thing is, it would be unfair as well to say that just because we have an increased ability and volume when it comes to art, that it would make our art less significant. I mean, obviously the fact that you can draw digital sketches and change it to whatever hue and color you want, and you can do all these weird edits. Now, when you start introducing all those like effects, where it's like you can just mirror this and then like copy and paste that, and whatever, and it's all nice and or like whatever, and then you can overlay this, and then you can like render this in the background. Obviously there's a lot of enhancements that we wouldn't have had access back to the day. We wouldn't have had access to back in the day. And I'm saying, yeah, if you're totally overusing that, I don't think that makes you a very unique or creative artist. It doesn't make you a bad artist. I'm saying, okay, I'm sorry. I take that back. I think you can still be a very good creative artist if you do it in such a way and that it's revolutionary, it's groundbreaking, or it doesn't even have to be groundbreaking as long as what you're trying to convey, as long as what you're trying to draw, and as long as the idea of what you're trying to visualize is good, and those things really do contribute to that. But the thing is, yeah, those are all still assists. But the thing is, but we see such an increased volume of artists nowadays. Because nowadays you don't have to be from a rich family, from a noble family to have the best art teacher, and you have free will to just sit there and paint all the time, right? I'm saying you just have like a regular job, like everybody else. You have like you have like a regular job like everybody else, and you go to work, maybe even work at like, I don't know, like Dunkin' Donuts or something, or like a Starbucks. Then you come home, or maybe you're like a like a computer engineer, or maybe you are a maybe you're like I don't know. I was trying to think of something. Just some kind of very like specialized doctor, like you're like a well-respected specialist, and you have this, or and anything. You can have any job, like anything where you just go to a job and you make money and you work full time, and art is not your job. But then you come home and you draw pictures. You draw paintings, you draw pictures, you draw like fan arts, whatever, that are just incredible. Like you draw portraits, and it's like just because it's now doesn't make you like I feel like the things that make the art of the past great are that we can still say it's good now, and that's because it stood the test of time. Like it's not falling out of style. Like I'm saying, we still think that Rembrandt is a genius, and we still think that Da Vinci and like Renoir and like Degas and like Monet, like those are fantastic, and they were groundbreaking. But the thing is, people are developing their own styles now. It's just that we see such a massive volume of very, very talented people, and this talent comes from the necessary innovations that we have made when it comes to accessibility to being able to create art. I'm saying like you no longer have to be like the son of a wealthy merchant, the son of a duke, the son of this, to be able to do what you want to do. I'm saying, would you still have to now given the fact that if you're the son of a duke, obviously you can make your whole life about that, right? And like lucky you, but you can still be a common man and still do all these things, and let your talents flourish. Because at the end of the day, we remember such a select few amount of individuals from those times for their great works. But nowadays, obviously, it's going to be harder to remember because nowadays there's so many talents that are emerging, and there's so many there's so many interesting people who do interesting things, who have their own takes on things, and that they're not just being generic. They're not just taking photos on a Thursday evening of themselves and their sorority group, Like, you know, like they're just doing something, you know, like they're doing something enlightened, or maybe it's not super enlightened. Maybe they're doing it just as a joke, but it's good in the way that they do it. Like they're skilled at what they do, and they're talented, and they also worked hard. And it's just the fact that I do really appreciate that about the modern day. Sorry for moving my mic around so much. Is the sheer volume of talented individuals that are emerging, and the fact and that really speaks something very good about humanity. And like in the centuries past, we obviously don't remember a lot of people, but can you imagine how many talents would have been not would have been, have been lost due to the fact that, sorry, mic's too close, have been lost due to the fact that they weren't able to afford to be talented, or to let their talents flourish. I mean, you have geniuses like Isaac Newton, okay? I know he's not an artist, but, you know, and Gottfried Leibniz. I don't know, I'm just gonna name him as the other inventor of calculus. And just like their ability to think, and you know, but then like you remember in these individuals like these, you know, like you read about them. These guys, I'm saying they didn't really have to work at all. They got lucky with their financial situations. And can you imagine, like, and if we were all so lucky in the sense that we could have the ability to discover all these things, you know, we would have time to think about things. You know, because I'm saying these dudes have like a stipend or like a dowry or like an allowance of sorts that allows them to just chill out and, you know, live luxuriously without ever working, you know, like a job that, you know, they would be expected not to be in the clergy, to be an educator, whatever. They could just hang out and just invent stuff, right? And so obviously that's the optimal situation if you want to do great things, is to just have a lot of money, and just to have a lot of time to dedicate yourself to your craft, to inventing, to creating, to painting, to composing, to thinking. Just thinking is, you know, but I do think there's a lot of good in the modern day, and the fact that those kinds of things are more accessible. You know, like you want to read a book, you want to think of your own ideologies based on a certain set of books. Like you don't have to like worry about like, oh, I'm a peasant, I can't read. Oh, I can't afford this book, it's not in printing. Okay. The printing press hasn't even been invented. How can I read this author? How can I read Plato, right? And it's like, so it's like, what am I supposed to do? And like this, it's not even an option to do all those things. Nowadays, you just Google so and so, done. Okay, like you Google, how do I start doing this? And you start doing this. Maybe you're good at it, maybe you're not. But the thing is, if you have that kind of, that if your heart is reaching out into those things, right? The thing is, you will be certain to find something that you are good at, because it's like you can't, because like that desire doesn't come from nowhere. I'm saying if you don't have any desire to do things, then you're probably not going to be good at anything. But if you have a desire to create, if you have a desire to understand, and if you have a desire to help make others understand, okay. The thing is, you now have the capability to do that, no matter who you are, because you almost certainly have access to the internet in some way. Okay, or like whatever else, or a library, or, you know, whatever, anything. And it's the fact that you can, if you want to. I'm not gonna say that, you know, there's hope for everybody, because really there isn't. Because like some people have really let themselves go. They're just they're not being and here I'm not like referring to anybody that's in a hopeless financial situation. Of course I commiserate. Where it's like, you know, they don't have internet, they don't have like running water, so like what the hell are they supposed to do, right? But I'm saying there's too much people who have let themselves be consumed by things that are, you know, really not made for humans. I'm saying like, or to put it better, humans were not made for such things. I'm saying like to all revel in the same thing in a way of like adorance and like a longing, and not in adoration, not in an infinite and restless search to understand, and longing for more and for knowledge about it, just to be like, oh, I like this and everybody else likes this, well, like, what do we mean by that? Like why don't we search for more things? Like, what, yeah. What I want to say is, if you have but to look to the positive side of that, and just to state it positively, if you have any desire to look beyond the surface of things, if you have any desire to create, or if you have any desire to understand, if you have any desire to know, that's you are almost certainly already talented. You just have to find what it is that you're talented at. So, like, why do you think I do so many things? And, my mom's like, oh, well, you have about 1 trillion hobbies. Like, most people, just, like, stick to one thing and they hang out. But, like, you don't want to work because you just want to work on your hobbies. And that's wrong. I know, because, like, I've seen it myself. Because if I'm just frittering away, like, trying to decide, like, what I'm going to do with my hobbies, like, what hobby am I going to do today, right? It's like, yeah, like, that's silly. I'm saying, like, you can't, like, in this modern society, you can't just dedicate yourself entirely to a hobby, because it's a hobby, unless it's your job. But if it's not like a jobby hobby, how can we do such things? Hold on, what am I looking at? Sorry, just responding to a message. Man, this guy's been knocking on a window for a very long time, but he's not gonna break it unless there's some Easter egg that I don't know about. Yeah. And also, we're going to get to that fact that, you scroll through social media and you're like, wow, these people are so talented. And then there's countless amount of them, and they all have their own style, and they all have their own thing going on. And, they have photographers, like, some of them have, like, super expensive cameras, which is a certain amount of compensation. It's a certain crutch. And the thing is, better cameras do take better pictures. It's the truth of life. I'm saying you don't have to be there to take a high quality, but not necessarily high value photo. You don't have to have any affinity towards photography. If you have a super good camera, I'm saying you can just point the camera at something and snap a picture, and you're gonna be like, wow, that looks so professional. I'm saying, if there's no intention to it, it's not going to be a very memorable photo. If there's a lot of sameness in your work, with stuff that's already been done before. Don't get me wrong, trying to mimic stuff, trying to fit in a certain niche, is very good for practice, and maybe you can even come out on the top of that niche and maybe do something new. It's very good. But I'm saying you should still try to do something else. But look, so like, there's a lot of compensation in the money, but also what I wanted to say was that you see all these artists, musicians, painters, sketchers, photographers, cinematographers, and you're like, wow, But then, and there's so many of them, there's a countless amount, and then you think about it, there's so many people out there that don't share their work as much, and you're just not, or you're just not being recommended in it. Somebody that I know very well has a similar experience. But it's like, and you think about this, and you're like, oh my god, like, people are so cool, and they're so interesting. Now, granted, the person going 10 under in the passing lane is not interesting at all. Like the majority of such individuals that you encounter on the road, like, I can't really see them having any thoughts in their head, but they might. But it's like, but the thing is, continuing to go back to look at the good side of things, you're like, wow. It's crazy to think, because it's the same thing as you looking out into the cosmos at night, and perhaps you live in a very brightly lit area near the city, or perhaps you're in the middle of Afghanistan, and you're just looking at the sky, and you're like, wow, I can see all these stars, but then you think about it, and you can see all these stars, and there's and there's an uncountable amount of them in the sky, and I mean, I'm sure we've already named all the ones we can see. But then, like, you just think about it, and you're like, oh my god, like, this is a very minimal fraction. Like, this is like some arm of the Milky Way that, like, we're looking at, right? And it's like, and how many? Oh, hold on, I have a poster right here on my wall. which says, that tiny spot is our sun within the Milky Way galaxy, which contains 100 to 400 billion stars and an estimated 50 billion planets. The Milky Way is also just one of around 200 billion galaxies in the observable universe. I'm sure that number has changed, of course, over time, and it's probably way more than that, especially considering. Well, I don't know how if the observable universe is growing, like redshift and all that, if we can see that, but past this time, but which is super cool, by the way. But it's like there's like all this stuff you can see. There's all these stars and galaxies in the sky that we can't see. And there's all these galaxies and stars of people that we can't see. And the most unfortunate thing is, okay, maybe there's certain ways, right? But the thing is, if you walk outside on a regular day, it's not going to be like you're going to be encountering these people non-stop. There's a lot of them out there. But it's like, but it's like such people are, like, it's like they seemingly only exist in an outside realm. Because like you walk up to somebody, and you're just like walking around in college, and then hold on, just like a college afternoon, college evening. Oh my God, I have so many of these. Hold on. As they say, how it feels. Actually, no, I'm not gonna say that. Cause it's like walking through it on like one of those like formal evenings. It's like walking through the painting. If you know Hieronymus Bosch, his most famous painting is probably the Garden of Earthly. Well, like just like like the world where we have heaven. And the in-between, which is the earth, and then there's hell. And then you have Bosch's Garden of Earthly Delights, and it's just like a bunch of self-absorbed individuals, doing a bunch of things without any interest to show for themselves. Because, like you walk around and it's a bunch of people who listen to the same exact individual on Spotify. And they're like, oh, I love this guy, this girl. Okay. This person has no idea who you are. I love this TV show. I love this thing. It's like, bro, like what, like, and it's nice to be able to, and okay, the way that I'm gonna put this, it must be nice to be able to talk about people with things and to discuss things that aren't entirely esoteric to most individuals, and just to be able to make friends at the snap of a finger. But unfortunately, I don't really feel, and maybe there's something wrong with me. Unfortunately, I don't really feel that there's I don't feel there's, and yeah, okay, what I want to say is you sacrifice a lot by in the daily world. Well, I mean, I don't want to say that it's a lot, because then I would be complimenting it. But yeah, like, you're sacrificing a lot by not being the same, or having a lot of similarities with people. But I feel like the point of it is you need to have a lot of things in common. You need to be a communion. You should have a lot of things in common, communion with people, in the way you order your loves. Of course, Augustinian perspective. But the thing is, those can be very different things, and the way you order them, they just have to lead up to the same thing. But you can order them however you want. And it's like, well, no, I'm okay. That's not what I meant to say. Okay, because my eardrums just remember like hearing my saying you can order them however you want. That's not what I meant to say. Like, I'm saying, like, you're supposed to order them a certain way, but they can be different things. Like, you can have the same order comprised of different things, and people just don't really. I feel like because I feel like a lot of the individuals that do have hobbies, like, they still only have hobbies just for the sake of having a hobby. And it's like what's happening here? Like, it should be beyond that. Like, it should be. I mean, and the thing is, like, even you have like these overarching hobbies. Obviously, just like the artistic ones are nice because you can think of your own ways to do them. You could take pictures on a pinhole camera. You can write music on a Nintendo 3DS. Okay, but and you can figure out ways to innovate that thing. Because I'm saying, like, uh, like it's beyond just being in a club. Like, you're like, oh, like, we're in the photography club and we take pictures. I mean, that's great, but I'm saying, like, it's not like you guys all do the same thing. Like, and you shouldn't be doing the same thing. I mean, but like, there's a lot of hobbies that you can make up. You can just make up like, oh, like doing this, and it's just like, dude, what the hell is that? Then you're certainly not gonna have anything to talk about with anyone. But yeah, but I'm saying it is nice when you can find a connection with somebody over it. Never happens. But yeah, it's certainly a good thing. It's just that I wish I knew of more individuals that shared my interests. Guys, girls, whatever. Cause like it would be fun, but also like um, I mean, I don't personally know them. Cause one thing that I've noticed as well is being in a lot of in the paths that I trod as just the common man that I am. It's there's a lot of wealthy circles. Um, and what I've noticed is that in many ways this takes away from the art. Like back in the day, you would have a much better opportunity of being a great artist is or a great thinker or a great scientist as if you came from a family with a certain amount of funds that allowed you to do things. Okay. But nowadays it's like we just forget about things and we just do the same thing and just try to maintain the social circle. Um. Uh. And it's like but it's like silly because it's like if you have a lot of money, you're in a great position to fuel your hobbies very well. I'm saying you can buy expensive lenses, expensive recording equipment, and you should be making a lot of great stuff. And some people certainly are. I have nothing. Like that's fantastic. I'm super happy that there's like people contributing to that. But it's just that now. But it's just that what I've noticed is that when you have less of that stuff, you have to think of workarounds. You have to figure out how to do. I mean, if you don't happen to have like a fancy camera, you have to figure out how to take good photos on your phone. And it's certainly very possible, and I've done it many times. But what I have noticed after buying a better camera, like a more serious camera, is that it makes you take better pictures on your phone as well because you're more mindful of how things are supposed to look. You see things better. Not like in the sense that like your vision improves. I mean, my vision is very good, knock on wood. But there's but I mean, it's like, and I love using this analogy because it's a great movie. One of the greatest animated films. Uh, and I use this when it comes to music, but it's just as relevant when it comes to photography and just composition of sounds and visuals. The Lego Movie is legendary for this. In the sense that when Emmett becomes a master builder, he just says like, "I can see everything," and there's like things flying around. Hold on, give me a second. Yes, what I'm trying to say is there's just a lot more mindfulness. Like, you know how to frame a shot better. You know how to, you know where things should be and when to press the shutter button. You know, and then you just capture things a lot better. And then you can do it without thinking as well, and you get a lot of very memorable photos. So I'm saying, just for my recommendation, you do certainly need a better piece of equipment to find yourself. I think saying like it moves that process along. I'm saying with a more expensive guitar that can in fact help. Like saying like it's not gonna like compensate. I'm saying like it's not gonna make the music sound better if you're playing like crap. It's just that the fact that the money that was spent on it makes you more mindful of what you're trying to do, and I think that's important. Or just like the interest in the thing itself. But I mean, I do notice it with people that do have a certain form of not necessarily struggle, but just like less ease. That kind of pressure does create